I know I wasn't going to try not to ask too many economics questions, but
No, keep
Ask as
going.
many as you want.
Do it.
it seemed paradoxical, I guess, because I'm so unfamiliar with the tax systems of other countries. I've never worked anywhere else. So, I mean, we don't have like a national VAT. That was something that libertarians had talked about wanting years ago, sort of a flat tax on purchases. But there's a paradox involved there, so maybe that's one of the reasons why we didn't end up going in that direction. So there, I learned two things today.
Yeah, I mean, part of it is the United States has largely accepted the way it's going to spend money is not going to be through direct taxation. It's going to be through debt spending.
Mm-hmm.
The United States is a very unique animal in that it can do that because it's the reserve currency of the world. I did this presentation a few years ago, and people were talking about BRICS and talking about all these different currencies. Oh, the U.S. dollar is dying, all this. And I showed them a chart, and it showed like the yuan and the dollar being really close. And I was like, oh, as you guys can see, dollar dominance. I go, oh, sorry, this is messed up. And I hit it. And you can't even see the yuan, the RMB, whatever you want to call it, compared to the U.S. dollar. Because it's not just U.S. dollar, it's U.S. dollar denominated currency, which is it's like something like
everything.
86% of transactions. It's just everything. And I said, and I probably said it on one of Kyle's shows, but I've been saying it for years, which is like, BRICS is a joke. BRICS is a joke. Let's look at the countries. Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. All right. So, if South Africa is ever on your billboard for your movie, your movie's not doing too great. Russia, China, India all have border disputes. They all have active border disputes. Like right now, there's parts of the Himalayas where there is Indians and there are Chinese soldiers fighting each other with clubs because they're not allowed to have like weapons within like 2 miles of this zone because it'll start a war.
Oh yeah,
this is
incredible, Kyle. If you've never heard about this, is an amazing situation over there.
Why are we fighting over the Himalayas?
Why are we fighting over the Himalayas? Why are we fighting with sticks and stones? How are you having a universal currency? 3 of your countries, 60% of your name can't agree on what a map looks like. You're going to have a unified currency. Europe can agree on borders, and they can't have an effective unified currency. There's huge issues with the euro.
How much of that was just Greece?
How much is that? It's because you have like really wealthy industrious nations that are using the euro, and then you have nations that rely.
Then you have Greece.
Previously, yeah, Greece, Spain, not Italy. Italy's a little different. Portugal that have a combination of inflation-related taxation methodology, where so many people avoid taxes that the government just prints more money. That's called seigniorage, and that causes inflation. So you tax via inflation. You can't do that if you don't control the printing presses, a la Greece. Then you have demand-based economies. Like I don't think people realize how like weird the Spanish economy is, where they like essentially still have price controls and they still have quote and demands for everything. They're all using the same currency, so it's like currency has to reflect how a population's moving. And if you have some countries that are ultra industrialized and their purchasers want to import things, you want a strong, heavy currency because you want that to be able to buy many things. If you're an exporting nation and you have the euro, that stinks. You want a really cheap currency like the Vietnamese dong that's like, oh, I can trade easier with this because my currency is fractionally smaller. And now you're all trying to live under one roof. And it's like, well, no. No, thank you. That doesn't work at all.